We
Gross.
are live
Okay.
in the Loop production in Odessa, downtown Odessa. Is this the Bank of America building?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
JS Studios, which just opened, 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. We'll get the story. Someday you'll hear it on here. I'll get the whole team in here. It'd be great. It'd be a good conversation.
That'd be cool.
So this is not, I'm not a professional. Please do not expect professionalism here. One thing I will try to filter out is my cursing.
All right.
I don't know why I feel, maybe because I'm from conservative Christian Midland. So anyway, it might slip out once or twice. So if you have kids listening and you don't want them to listen to any curse words, I'm just going to forewarn you that's going to happen. So we are live today with Leo, correct?
Yes, sir.
Siarah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Cass?
Kaz.
Kaz.
C-A-S.
Let's go.
Kaz. however you want to say that.
Okay,
Kaz.
so artist, music artist, how do you want to be?
Yeah, I would just consider myself an artist.
Artist,
me
let's
too.
go.
I'm like
So we'll
all
get into
around.
that, hopefully. I'm glad you said that. But this is the second conversation with In the Loop. And as you heard in the first podcast, hopefully, or the first episode, that these conversations are primarily to allow local artists an opportunity for exposure, an opportunity for growth, like Siarah. Are you still live, Siarah?
Yes.
Yes. An opportunity for growth, to be uncomfortable like what we just did and make everybody go live on their page. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to be the guy that only pats you on your back. I think a lot of us have enough of that. I want to be the guy that's in your face about your dreams and goals. So
Yeah.
In the Loop production, this is not going to be, most of it will be, but it will not be a comfortable conversation for you to stay in your comfort zone. It's going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to draw some things out on purpose
Okay.
because there are other people in your position who have similar goals and dreams. And maybe you know something. Maybe you've gone through something. Maybe you are aware of something that could help them, be a resource or a tool. So, and then if you're an artist, I'm going to push you. Part of that means in today, because of the context, let's have context in the picture, social media, right?
Yeah.
So, and today, transparency is king.
Yeah. I agree.
Let me tell you something.
So wait.
If you're not transparent and authentic, your ass is going to get roasted, right?
Yeah.
So, and today, people are just ruthless, right? So,
The
unless
media
you
is.
absolutely, the media is.
Yeah.
Unless you
Call
absolutely
you out on whatever.
on everything. And fans, let me tell you something. I don't need to hire a private investigator. I'm just going to hire some fans. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans
you see it all over.
dig. They find out the dog's name. They find out everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
if you're trying to hide anything, In the Loop's going to bring it out, hopefully.
Bring it out.
Our last guest said, Sam, I'm a little nervous. He might bring something out. Well, that's the point. So, thanks for joining us. I'm going to try to keep everybody in the conversation. And I'm going to try to remember my notes. So, I got this whole thing rehearsed.
Okay.
My name is Sam.
That's
this
crazy.
dude, Sam.
Nice to meet you.
At
Sam.
this dude, Sam, on every social media platform.
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
All of them.
All 2 of them.
All right. Facebook.
Can they ask questions?
They can
like the
ask
people?
questions, and if you have somebody asking a question, so we're gonna try to keep all 3 of you. We're gonna go through this really fast in the conversation. So I'm gonna shoot off some questions that maybe involve the group, maybe involve the individual. I'm gonna try to remember, like I said, the notes that I have. I had this whole thing rehearsed in my head, but I don't know if it's gonna go that way.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
feel free to hop in because I will dominate the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so
understand.
which is again a part of being uncomfortable and a part of growth, right? If you want to be heard, I don't think people are going to wait for you to want to speak up, right? If I'm gonna take up the space, I'm gonna take up the space, and that's something that I like tell my daughter. As I kind of hope maybe it's a little living through her vicariously that she becomes some type of star because she has the talent, and hopefully
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. Talent is never enough, though. Hard work, right?
That's true.
That's definitely 1,000% true.
For
I
sure.
agree with that.
I
So
actually don't believe in talent.
let's go. There's a book by John
I
Maxwell.
really don't. I swear, bro. 0%.
Okay, so you'll love this book.
I actually have an argument for that. I think there is talent, but hard work will beat that if you don't use your talent.
All day.
Think of Usain Bolt.
Is that talent though?
That's talent, bro. Think about how tall he is. Do you think I could run faster than Usain Bolt if I tried my hardest?
No.
Who's
I
Bo?
couldn't, bro.
Well, that's
He's
What?
naturally
but that's
gifted.
because
Who are they talking about?
talented.
He's saying
Yeah, naturally gifted.
Oh, Usain Bolt. Gotcha. I was like,
Usain
who?
Bolt. Yeah, the fastest runner in the world.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there is talent, but to a certain extent, you can get yourself to wherever you want.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
I mean,
Sure, day in and day out.
I agree. I'm not gonna disagree.
So hopefully we'll go through that. We'll
I'm just making you
uncover
think.
that
I'm just grinding your gears. Man.
for each one of you guys. So Cass and I had a great conversation on the first one.
Yeah.
We went through some really good things. We need to have a part 2 of that because we went down some really good things. But Siarah, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
First off, we're going to go random. Is there
Okay.
anybody asking you a question right now?
Yes.
Okay, what's the question? Read it out loud and then answer it.
What was the inspiration behind Wanna Be You? I answer that?
Yep, go ahead.
Wanna Be You.
This is good.
The inspiration was like parents being like, you know, you need to go to college, like you have to have like a plan B, and I was just kind of expressing in that song that I don't want a plan B. Like I want to be an artist. Like that's what I want to do, and it's what I've wanted to do since I was young. So like it was basically just explaining that like I don't want to be you. I don't want to be the 9 to 5. I want to be an artist. I want to put out music and show like what I can do. And yeah.
So just
basically.
it was a statement.
Yeah, basically.
So off of that, do you always write when there's some form of inspiration or motivation like that? So whether it's that feeling or another feeling, anger, sadness, do you naturally go and write, or is
I
that
don't-
just, hey, I got to put this out there?
I don't always like just like, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm gonna write. Like I usually like will hear something that I like and I'm like, I want to make a song out of that, and I'll just go based off like how I'm feeling at the moment. And at that moment it was kind of just like the struggles of like needing a job and like money and like being like, you're not gonna make it basically. And so I was like, I don't want to be you. Like I want to do what I want to do. So I just kind of just like started writing like off of basically how I was feeling in the moment. I don't really just
Yeah, usually like when Sierra's making a song, because we makes music together.
Yep, I seen
And
that.
so like, so
Alive.
usually the way she works is like, she's just like, I want to make music. So we find like, we start with something, and we'll construct something, and then I'll ask her, so what's the topic? And she's like, I'm gonna write about this, and then so she just starts. You know, that's usually how it goes. It's never like she's like mad or like, and she starts writing. It's like whatever she's been like, I guess, like thinking about, soaking in the most.
Yeah.
That's usually how she just comes out.
Do I do all the questions
So
or just
off
one?
of that, no, just that one. You can tell them to hold up if that's okay. Off of that, how long have you been writing?
Yelling. Honestly, not long. I've-
Real quick, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
not
like
a year, 2 years, 3 years?
I would say probably like a year.
No way.
Yeah.
Not
are you
really
are you
even.
naturally inclined to music? Is there anybody in your family? Did you grow up going around?
Well, my mom, she like used to do music, and
Used to do music.
Yeah,
now,
she-
it could
she
mean
was a
it can mean a
singer.
lot of things.
yeah, she was
Okay.
a singer. She like tried out for, I don't remember what it was, like America's Got Talent or something. Whatever. She was like she's a really good singer.
Okay.
Didn't know
She
that.
has-
She
she
said
has
she
her own
always
little
sang to
demo.
me. She always
She has a
sang
real
to me.
demo?
She has her own little demo.
We gotta get it.
tape.
It's like a
Bring
little
it.
CD. I honestly
We're gonna
probably
promote your
gone.
mom. Let's do it. Okay.
That would be cool.
Probably gone.
So she would sing around the house growing up.
She said that when I was younger, she would just record me and I was like singing. She has like
Just
videos
happy.
of me like young, just like singing my heart out. And I guess it just like came from her. Like, I don't know, passed down to me in a way. Yeah.
So during your early childhood, did it just
Mm-hmm.
dissipate, or was it strong there? Were you like trying to sing in class? Were you always trying to, you know?
No, I wouldn't just like, I wouldn't go in class and just be like, I didn't want to be like that person.
Yeah.
I honestly only sang in my room. Like I would shut my door. I didn't like my parents going in there. I didn't like anyone hearing me. I would shut my door and I would play the piano and sing, and like that was my thing. I was even too shy to even like have anyone hear me. Like I was too shy to sing in front of people, too shy to record it and post it. So I would only record me playing the piano.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I met like Emilio and Gabe and like Trey and Eli that I started to actually like sing and like open up about like actually singing in front of people.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I was just really shy and I was scared to like be judged and be like, oh, like she sucks.
No, why until they
It's
came
just
around?
nerve-wracking, I
Oh,
think.
Eli, he like forced me. He like forced me
Oh,
to
yeah.
sing. He like literally.
Eli will
I
force
met
anybody.
him and he was like, "Sing right now." out
Eli's
loud.
Eli's the person I first sing in front of too.
Oh,
Like
wow.
he's the first
Eli,
person.
we're getting you next, bro.
Me too. Actually,
You should.
Do you know
should. Me
there's
too.
a quick tangent off of that is I think there's something really powerful about somebody believing in you.
Mm-hmm.
And we want people to believe in us as artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And then somebody believes in us and we don't take them serious. Do you take
Yeah.
everybody serious that believes in you? Like from day one,
Not really.
somebody exactly, right? So they kind of see, right? Something we talked about last time is, I think even because of social media, we all
Yeah.
have an ear to know and a visual to know what's gonna go viral and what's hot, right? Like
Yeah.
what's gonna hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we know that with each other.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. So like with Eli, because of the context of social media, all that programming, right? We can go deep into that if we want.
Yeah.
But we got algorithms going on up in here, right? He heard you, and he's like, it reminded him of,
Yeah.
So that's what we talked about last time is
Yeah.
people that I thought were going to be famous. We'll get into your first song here in a bit. I've asked for their autograph, and that's what this is for me on a more public platform, is to say that I believe in you so much. Why not put you in a badass room, a real professional environment, give you an opportunity to step into that artist role? Are you an artist or not? Flat out. Like, because part of being an artist, I think whether you want it or not, is going to come with attention and like fame, whether that's large or on a local level, right?
Yeah.
So let's get out there and be uncomfortable and be transparent, right? So your
Yeah.
first song, when was the first song that you uploaded and recorded? Or let's talk about that. The first song that you recorded.
It was
This is gonna go so fast.
Brat.
recorded. Yeah, it was Brat.
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 Okay.
Yes.
And where did you record it?
In the studio with Emilio, but I wrote the song and I heard like the beat to it in my bed at like 3 a.m. But I like brought it to him and he was like, "Oh yeah, we could use that," and we recorded it in the studio.
Nice. And then you uploaded it.
Yeah.
So when you heard it yourself, recorded, mixed, and mastered, what did you think?
I was in love with myself.
You exactly right. That's what I tell my daughter. I'm like, if you hear yourself, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I got this."
I don't want to sound like cocky, but like I was like, "Oh my god, like I sound really
that
good."
was the perfect way you could have
Yeah.
said that, honestly.
Yeah, gotta believe. I say, I am my biggest fan because sometimes I am my only fan.
I think you have to be. I
Yeah.
think that's like essential. Without that, like, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one will. Because think about if you didn't believe in the Loop Productions, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here.
Even though I believe in it now,
Yeah.
but if you didn't believe it, you're in it yourself by yourself, it would never come
Great
to life.
example for sure. So, you guys met, started working on music.
Mhm.
What was the first song you guys did together? I heard that a live one.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was one
right.
song before that we
Okay.
did.
We named it "I Wanna Be You Man."
Yeah, it's
It's
called.
like a joke song.
Yeah, it's because whenever I was recording,
What? I want to be men.
I wanna be you man, like
because when I was
YOU man.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's because when I was recording, this was like the first time I ever recorded in front of someone, and it was in front of her. And I was saying I want to be your man on the song, but it sounded like I want to be you man, I guess, when I was singing it to her.
Yeah.
And she just kept like bashing me about it, and like we just ended up naming it that and laughing about
Oh,
it.
that's so good. Is it online?
No.
No. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's one of the gems. It's one
That's
of the hidden ones.
hilarious, man. So this a live one. Let's talk about it real quick since you both are on it. What inspired it? Talk about the lyrics. I have it in my notes, part of the lyrics, and I can't remember it now off the top of my head, and I won't be able to get into
Stop
it.
looking at me, Gabe.
I know. I'm
But
not looking
is that
at
the
you,
one that
bro.
you talk about being jaded?
What?
No, I think.
Oh, that's
the one.
That's
Bandit.
Bandit.
Yeah, I think so.
Bandit.
okay. We'll talk about that one in a minute because I want him to play
That's-
that because that song is a banger, bro.
I love it.
Thank you.
God
Thank you.
dang.
Yeah.
That's why I really want to have this. There's so much.
Thank
So a real quick story behind this is that now there's enough artists in Midland, Odessa, let alone the surrounding areas, to start having conversations.
Yeah.
Whether that's 99% of it's going to be good positivity, right? And then 1% is going to be drama, just going to have to be there.
Yeah.
And so that's what this gives an opportunity to do that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good because that creates like attention, you know, like you say, an artist requires that. But I think the inspiration behind Alive,
It was
trying to
honestly our
think.
relationship.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean it's
Like us
just
being together.
Yeah.
what it feels like to be together. I think.
Okay.
Because I think there's.
So you are a couple.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I didn't know if it was just the music.
Nah.
No.
Okay,
we're-
gotcha. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, if this is just music and they're just two people working
That's
together, I'm
pretty
like,
good.
god dang.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay. So how long you guys been together?
It's
See,
like
I was
January.
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 Okay.
Like 7-8 months. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
I
somewhere
guess
around
you
there.
could say 8 months because of August. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just pretty much talking to each other
We're like.
on that Alive. No, on
Oh,
the
no,
Alive
no,
track.
we were,
yeah.
like,
Basically speaking,
Yeah,
like back and
speaking-
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like there was one part where I said, "Well, I'm kind of describing." It's like abstract description of like what it's like to be with her. In my opinion, like I said, I can hear colors
Oh well.
and I can see sound.
Yeah, dude.
You see what I'm
okay.
saying?
So-
Like that's like a euphoric feeling. Like
Yeah.
people that do, I guess, drugs or whatever, they talk about how like, oh, I see the like, you know what I'm saying,
Perfect.
crazy stuff. And so it's like to me, it's like, dang, this is like a drug. You know when people say love's a drug or whatever,
Well, this
like
is
it feels
synchronicity,
amazing.
because this is what I wrote in my notes, and I'm like, I can't remember my notes, and it's that piece
Yeah.
because of those words. I'm like, are you on a psychedelic trip or what are you talking about? Like,
I mean, it's just like an abstract way of saying like this is euphoric to me. You know?
no, that's exactly what I got from him. Like, this is really deep love. Like,
Yeah,
That's
it is.
something that just takes you to that space of like, have you well, you may not want to say this, so you can say no comment. Have you done psychedelics, mushrooms, or anything?
No drugs. No, for me, no.
Okay.
When I was younger,
disgusting.
I smoked a lot of weed.
Okay.
A lot. Like I was a pothead. My dad caught me multiple times.
Okay.
And
What's kind of your fourth feel?
I've done what's called acid. I did it once when
Okay.
I was definitely regret it. I don't recommend anybody to do it
We'll
ever.
I don't like drink. I don't smoke. I
We'll
don't
get
do
off of that
nothing.
for sure.
None of
Okay.
that.
So you guys, what was the process in recording live? You wrote it?
Oh yeah. I think
Alive,
I
I
heard
mean.
the loop.
Oh,
to
real
it.
quick. I'm sorry, Justin. Can you hear us? Justin. Hello, Justin.
You have to refer to him as God in here.
God, you can hear
God.
that. I got that video up there
That's actually really funny.
with on YouTube. Could you play it? Will it play in here? I think it's the track Alive.
Because his voice comes through the headphones.
Is this
and you can't
recording
see
us?
him.
Yeah, that's recording.
Yeah, the
No, I
Alive.
can't hear it.
I can. God, this song's stuck in
I
my
can
head,
see
bro.
it.
We're gonna see if we can play it. Might need to turn it down. Turn it down.
What is this?
Rocking
that?
out,
Are you
dude.
singing about
I think that's
Oh,
an
it's
ad.
an ad.
You singing about cheese?
Oh, these mics pick up really good. I'm sorry, I'm all yelling in
I
your
was
guys'
genuinely
ears.
confused.
You can put live effects on these mics. You know that?
You can? Oh, it's connected to a power.
Okay, so here's the song.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
Justin,
Bandit.
bring it down a little bit,
Yeah.
sir.
Nope, this is
Yeah, this one's Bandit.
this is the SoundCloud one. It's the other one, the one on YouTube.
That's good. That's good. This is Bandit.
It's the
He
other
wants
tab.
the YouTube song, Justin, not this one.
It's the other tab, the YouTube one. It should be up there
It's
on
on
the.
your shirt.
The YouTube.
Okay, so
link.
do you have questions on yours, Emilio? Leo?
I can ask them if y'all want. Y'all can ask me questions, but I mean, I haven't asked them to ask me questions, but
Okay.
I just barely did.
Oh, what just happened?
Thank you, Raymond.
Wow.
What's up, Barry?
Oh, that's so weird. We went off Alive.
Oh, really?
Okay, go ahead and play it. Yep, let's see.
Oh, it's gonna be really hard not to sing, bro. This whole time I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I'm singing.
And
Sorry.
those of us joining on live, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, you can't hear this, but on the final
Final edit.
edit, you'll be able to.
Be able to hear it loud
That's
and
it
clear.
right there. So let's hear this. Give you a little refresher.
Dude,
The song is.
song.
You guys did great.
Who's that question
This is dope. Song. All the music is dope.
Who didn't know I was in love until I met you? You've been my
Okay,
highs and made
nice.
my dreams come true. Now I know I surprised now all I need is you. Ah,
This is my favorite part.
Yeah. In the Loop. Every Saturday, 9 p.m. Stay tuned.
There's nothing like this moment. I wish I could slow it down, down, down. This feeling keeps on growing. I feel like I'm floating all around. I can hear colors and I can see sound. There's no other that I wanna round. I can hear colors and I can see sound. There's no other that I wanna round.
Didn't know I was in love until I met you.
Oh man, that's so good. Okay, we can pause that. We can pause that.
All right, Justin, cut the track.
Those of you on Instagram Live, if you joined us on Facebook, you would be able to hear that audio. We haven't figured out the Instagram yet.
They all got.
Oh man, that's so good.
My bad, bro. Okay, Justin.
She's like, all right, dude.
That's the end of it.
Nah, bro.
Oh,
It's
that's so
because
good.
if I close my eyes and listen to that song, I will cry.
It's a really good song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I will start crying.
I don't know.
I
I don't know why
I swear
you're.
I almost started crying just now, and I just opened my eyes and I was like, all right, bro, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I'm right here, bro. I'll give you a hug.
I swear, bro. I
Don't
swear,
worry.
I really feel like could cry to that because it's just beautiful.
There's
to
some
me.
people that ask
So-
questions for Emilio.
Okay, Emilio. Yep. What's the question?
Is there a process you have to go through to write?
My writing process is very tedious. I prefer writing with like Gabe or Eli or even Siarah, like, just because I feel like me and Gabe say this all the time. Music is collaborative. There's no like, there's people that do it alone.
Oh, I like that. That's
you know what I'm
good.
saying? There's people that do it alone and like they're good, but someone
Music
that does it
is
alone will
collaborative.
never be better. No one that does it alone will be better than a group that does it, in my opinion.
Team of people.
Yeah,
Think about one
especially if
guy
they have the
going
same
against a
goal.
team.
I like that, man.
And I
That's
think
a sweater. I'm gonna take that and sell it and make some money off of it.
Actually, I've already
Music is
trademarked
collaborative.
it. Just kidding.
So your process is, I need to get with my friends. I need to
And-
be.
yeah, that, and not just that, but it has to be. I have to be emotional about it. Like I feel like I can't write unless I am emotionally like influenced to do it. Cause I can't just like write
Okay.
random stuff. It's always been like,
So it's sporadic,
it's usually like
or do you
I'm
have a
driven
routine?
towards it.
Okay.
I'm driven towards like
But-
if something happened, like for example, a while back, like one thing that really like made me write was like when my uncle died. I was like, dang, like I have to write. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
I was
what's
gonna
gonna make me like feel better. You know,
Wow.
like to express how you feel.
Sure.
I think that's how.
Is
it
that
would-
all the time?
Usually when I write, it is sad, but I like writing happy songs too.
No, I mean emotional.
Yeah, it's usually emotional.
Every
songs.
time you go through something emotional, are you
Yeah.
writing? Is it like I
Yeah.
can make? I can.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
we
when
could
I'm
all-
emotional.
Yeah, I think everybody can agree with that too.
I think Gabe's that way too. I think Sierra's that way.
Big
Like for
time.
example, Sierra's song about her parents, you know, that was something emotional. I think music is emotion. It's just painted in a different way.
Do you
I
write
guess.
every day? That's a question for every
No.
single one of you. Do you write every day?
Emilio's
No.
super specific. Like he'll like have something written, but if it's not like up to his like what he wants it to be, he will literally like sit on that for like a while until he gets it like exactly
Yeah, for
how
example,
he
like
wants it.
Alive, part of it was written about Siarah like months before we did the song.
Okay.
Like months.
What? I didn't even
It
know
was
that.
to a whole different song. Yeah, she didn't know that, but it was to a whole different beat
Yeah.
that I was doing on my own, and it was kind of good. I was just gonna kind of show her, but like, she was like, "Oh, I want you on the song," so I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna whip this
Let's
out. It's
go.
perfect."
Are you guys
timing."
from Odessa? Where are you from?
It's from Midland.
Midland.
I'm
okay.
from Austin, but
From
like
Austin?
I live
Okay.
I didn't know that. So right now.
Where'd you graduate from?
I graduated from Lee.
Okay.
Lee High.
Lee as well.
Or I
And
don't
how
know
old
if
are
it's
you,
even called
Emilio?
that anymore. 21. My birthday's in August.
Okay.
The 17th.
Cass, how old are you?
I am 20.
20. Yep, I asked you that last
Just-
time.
yep.
You from Midland too? Graduated from Midland?
Yeah, Lee High School.
Lee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how did you meet Cass? We're
Oh my
gonna jump
God.
around.
Eli.
High school. No,
high
high school. Not even high school. Was it high school? We like tried to make music like way back in high school and never
Oh, yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Like freshman
dude,
year.
Gabe showed me a song of like the one y'all made. Remember? You were going through like old music, bro, in your Apple Music. You know how your Apple Music has all your stuff
Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
He
I
like
have
played a
lot of
really
music, lot of
old song that
music.
Siarah was on.
Mhm.
It like blew my mind.
Yeah.
So Cass, you seem to the last conversation I had with you in the first one was, you seem like you were already determined to step foot in this space. Like that, like you seemed like last time you carried yourself like you knew this was gonna be something you were gonna step into. Do I have that right?
Oh
Assumption?
yeah.
And so you guys tried to do that in high school?
Yeah, we
Tried
tried
to-
to, but like my parents were like, well, pretty strict. So like I couldn't just go out whenever I wanted to, especially
Yeah.
not to a boy's house. So we were like trying to make music, but I never really got to go because I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go, but then I'd like figure like the consequences of like going. So I'd be like, dude, I can't. So we just ended up
Yeah.
like falling off until like I met Eli, and then we kind of like
all reconnected.
Eli
Everybody
reconnected
got
all of
older.
us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Eli is literally
Shout
the
out to
source of
Eli.
everybody. Like, if,
Let's go, Eli.
like every single.
he's
one
the
of us.
root. He's the root of this group.
That's
so
awesome, man.
I
Does he
met.
sing or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
yeah.
gotta bring him in here.
What-
He's
what-
on that. Did you hear that new song that I released?
The one that everybody's posting about?
it's like
Yeah,
On
yeah,
Me?
yeah.
oh,
On me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eli's in that song.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the way I met Eli was when I was young. It's kind of like when they were young, they met or whatever. I met Eli when I was young in lunch detention.
Okay.
I
So,
used to
oh,
wa-
yeah, so he's your peer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I used to have this little thing I made beats on. It's an OP1. It was like portable to make like it was a standalone little beat
Mhm.
maker. And like it's crazy how I met him. I was like making a beat in lunch detention, and like teachers didn't know because they didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
And
In lunch detention.
yeah, and so Eli was like Eli was in the church and like he plays piano, and he noticed that it was a piano. He walked up to me. He was like, "Yo, man, is that a piano?" And like he just started like touching it. Like I didn't even know him. He was like, "Look, listen to this," and he like started playing stuff. And that's just how Eli is. And like I was kind of weirded out by him at first, but I was like, he knows a lot about music because he was playing stuff like I didn't know how to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And like so I kind of wanted to like hang out with him after. I was like, yo, we should hang out. And we ended up having a class the next semester together, but we ended up hanging out and like being friends. And then eventually I remember me and Eli were friends for a long time. He was like, yo, I met these guys, they make music. He like showed me Gabe's music, and I was like, damn, that's dope, like that's crazy. And he's like, they're gonna come over, bro, you should come over too. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. And that's when I met Gabe.
He's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I want to go, man. Nah, but fun. While we're in this conversation,
Jump
I
in.
think there are three or four of us all listened to Emilio's beats whenever he made them first. Like,
Oh yeah,
he would just post stuff on SoundCloud, like like when we were all young and in
Didn't
high
even
school,
know.
like
Check
first
it out.
starting music, and we would all listen to his beats. And then whenever we met him, we met like that guy, and we didn't know who it was.
Yeah, it was
Let's go.
weird.
So it's pretty
I
cool.
would post beats all the time, and then so I guess
Specifically, Sandman is the one that.
yeah. Gabe told me, he's like, yo, I used to show this to my grandma, like, and I was
Yeah.
like, and then
Grandma
Migs
was
told
on
me,
it.
Migs, you probably have him here too eventually.
Migs,
Migs,
yeah,
he's
Migs
an
is-
amazing
yeah.
rapper.
I was going through his stuff.
Makes
Yeah,
me
and
dope.
he told me like I met him through Eli too, and I met him, and like the first day I met him, I made a beat for him, and he like rapped on it, and then I remember he told me, he's like, yo man, when I was a freshman, I used to listen to your beats and write to him all the time. It's crazy. I
Is
didn't
that
know
your
it was you.
Is that your strength? Beats?
I mean that's where I started.
Yeah.
I think my strength is definitely like production, but I love to write and sing. Like I love music in general. I love playing instruments, everything.
So you got a lot of people probably written to your beats.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's one of my definitely a strong point for me. Beats.
Mm.
And
I
then
think
Cass,
I actually believe
Er.
that Gabe's beats are better than mine. They're
Shut
catchy.
up, bro.
I actually will stand by that.
That's crazy.
Gabe,
Believe.
something about Gabe, he'll press the space bar like really, really hard. Like he'll start something and be like,
that's a
like
fun fact.
hard. Just for anyone that wanted to know anything about Gabe.
this beat is gonna know that I created it.
He does.
He's done that forever. Forever.
Yeah, it's just. You know.
Cass, so what was the first song that you uploaded?
My first song. I don't know.
It's Miss Me is the one that you uploaded.
Oh
First one.
well.
Definitely
Okay,
wasn't his
Miss
first
Me,
song.
Now?
right? I was
Oh,
gonna ask
no,
a
it
question about
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't the SoundCloud music.
Are you talking about like originally, like when I was young, or like when I started taking stuff serious?
Man.
Because now that I'm taking it serious, "Miss Me" is it. That's the only song I've ever put out.
So
on
let's
my own.
talk about Miss Me.
Okay, let's talk
Since
about.
we're just what's that? What's the?
Let's get into this.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, "Miss
You
Me."
seem-
What are you asking about "Miss Me"? Ask me.
So
specific
let me
questions.
see if I can remember.
Pacific ones.
You
Not
say
the
you
ocean.
Not
say
Atlantic.
let me if I have it right. I missed you. You should miss me.
Yeah.
It seems pretty
He
jaded.
said, "I miss you. Why don't you miss me?"
Why don't you miss me?
So
Yeah.
steady till the circumstance shifted.
So what was the circumstance that shifted?
So I was in a relationship with a rapper. She's a girl. Her name is Callie.
Okay.
Produced all of her music. It's all over the internet.
Okay.
She's
We are
got
jumping into it.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a lot of credibility, and she's honestly 90. Like I would say, she's a really big reason, like why I started taking it even more serious than I already did. Honestly,
Okay.
because it was just like that little spurt of motivation where I had some like a new challenge. Me, I'm all about challenges. If I have something that I can accomplish and it takes work to do it, I will work as hard as I can until it happens. And it doesn't have to be in a week or in a month, or it could be
Yeah,
years.
just working towards it.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no way that it's not, because I was raised that way.
Let's go.
But with Callie though, we're not in a relationship anymore. We've been out of a relationship for like 8 months or so. But that song's just about her. Like I'm literally exactly saying the situation. So I say, "I miss you. Why don't you miss me?" She's off, and we were together for like 4 months down here, and then she moved off to California and Atlanta. So being 15 hours away, first of all, it's a long distance relationship. You know what I mean? So what I found out is that that's like war, bro. Like
The
you-
long distance relationship?
yeah, you don't
Got
get.
it.
There's nothing to prepare you for that. But what I'm talking about, I miss you. Why don't you miss me? At the time, she just. I felt. I mean, she was doing her own thing. Like she's got like. She's to the point where she's doing stuff, music all the time, doing photo shoots all the time. Everything she's doing is always busy, busy, busy around other people, other rappers, all this stuff, right? So, what I'm talking about is until the circumstance shifted is whenever she moved off. We were so steady
From
till-
here?
till she moved off.
She's from here?
away. Yeah, no, she's not from here.
Oh,
but
okay.
she-
Oh, no.
I met her here.
Met
She
her
was
here,
here for
okay.
like
Yeah.
4 or 5 months or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But yeah, we had a really good steady relationship. It seemed like until she moved off.
And then you wrote this song? Or
Yep.
was it already in the works and then she just kind of filled it
Nope.
in?
Not
Nope.
at all. It actually all happened in like a day or so.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Like immediately right after? Or
No,
No,
I
it
was
was later
probably-
after we had been
yeah.
broken up for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, I mean, there's stages where you're like, oh, bro, I'm good, I'm solid, and then you go back into it and you're like, God, dang, I'm sad again, and then you're back
Yeah.
up and you're like, oh no,
I
we're
was
good,
going to
we're
talk
good.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ups
but-
and downs.
Being an artist, in a relationship and being, I'm just going to say your age.
Mhm.
I love my daughters. I had them at 18
Yeah.
and 19.
Dang.
And I would still wait till I'm, just older. This is just my 2 cents. So unsolicited advice. But
Okay.
what does being in a relationship
Imply?
do I want to say do for you or doesn't do for you
Yeah.
as an artist? Does it? So in this case, a plus.
Give
you
me
wrote
a lot of
you wrote a
content.
hit. Like
Dude,
I think
so
it's a
many
hit.
songs.
Yeah.
Actually.
Exactly. Or more? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
So
literally.
what
a lot.
about somebody? This is where now I'm comfortable going to be unorthodox.
Okay.
So what about someone out there who may be listening to this who's in a relationship
Yeah.
and though they're allowing it to keep them from creating. So what I mean by that is it's a whether it's an emotional roller coaster because we don't understand healthy relationships yet, and they're allowing it to be a stumbling block, knowing that they have talent, knowing that they can go towards that, because you have to know that exists, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
for
think
some of
that's
these people
just
you may know.
self-imposed. I think they just don't have the will
Well,
very
to
good.
break
That-
through.
Yeah, but I mean, also consider, in my opinion, everything happens. If it's gonna happen, it's going to happen at
Sure.
some
Yeah.
point,
But-
right?
Yeah, and I think
Both of it.
you can make things happen. If they're like stopping
Dichotomy.
you from like what you want to do, that's not.
Yeah, that's
for
your. I mean,
you.
that's your fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's your
that
own
for
fault.
sure. So
You're
there's that.
stopping yourself.
There's
Really,
that
it's not
dichotomy.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm meaning more so of. So you didn't get so down about it because it sounds like it was something serious for you.
I think Kaz bounced. He did not.
That's what
He
I'm-
did not splat. Some
Gotcha.
people come here, they get up here,
Yep.
and they fall and they splat. Kaz went like this.
Gotcha.
Kaz
Good point.
bounced.
That's a very
Thank you,
good
bro.
point. Yeah.
Kaz bounced.
Because that's something again that because of your age and then in the vision of in the loop,
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that I really want to talk about and bring out as well, because those things are real. Again, the age of transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta almost talk about anything and everything,
Yeah.
especially as an artist, because it's gonna go
Mhm.
into your songs, it's gonna go
Yeah.
into your persona, it's gonna go
Yeah,
into your
and-
avatar. So
it'd be cool to hear like some like a concept, like we're talking about something here, and then later you hear it become a song. That'd be pretty sick.
well,
If
and,
people who really pay attention, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
and it seems like for me, when I use the term artist, at the same time, what's happening in my head is a vision about them and how they transmute that dark energy
Yeah.
into something light, and they either deliver a message in the form of visual art
Yeah.
or lyrical art or
Yeah.
fashion or
All
something
kinds of
like that. You
things,
know what I
like
mean?
Skate. Some people work out. Some people skate. Some people. There's just so many ways to like exert energy and transmute it. I think.
Yeah.
So
you know.
Siarah, back to you. I'm bringing you
I have,
you back in.
So many
So
conversations
many
going
questions.
on
Oh, awesome.
with people.
Are they asking another question? We'll get into it. We got about 20 more minutes.
Okay.
Dang,
But first off-
dang, that sucks, dude.
What's up?
I
I
could
wish
sit
this
here
could
for
go-
like I could sit
I wish
here
this
for
could be
like
10
All night
hours.
long.
I know we
yeah,
good.
bro. I
So
would.
fun.
I'd be
You
chilling.
talked about writing that song about not following the traditional way of creating a life,
Yes.
Mm.
and you said pursuing an artist way of being.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you? For you specifically. Now, there's a general thing that. So for me,
Yeah.
artist 15, 20 years ago, what was the term that you go with it? A starving artist, right? But we live in the context that we live in today is artists are getting paid
Yeah.
and they're making a living and they're creating
yeah.
more than that, right?
Mhm.
So that's what I hear in my
Oh,
head.
you're like wondering if I'm like doing it for money, like to like.
No, no.
What are you talking about?
No,
No, it's-
just what does it mean for you? Because you're saying I'm not gonna pursue a 9 to 5.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do this. What does that mean for you? Meaning, the way that I'm gonna provide for myself, the way that I'm gonna create, my future, the way I'm gonna create my lifestyle is gonna be primarily
Make it 3.
funneled through this, through being an artist. Because you're talking about being a paid artist,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
When we
So
talk
it's-
about artists,
it's
right?
basically for like
Yeah.
I'm assuming she would say independence. You know.
Somebody said I need
I
2
would,
more
like-
hours. Somebody said make it 3.
Let's go.
I
That's
would
funny.
love to like. Well, obviously, like do it for a living, like get paid and
Be a
make
paid
music
artist.
and like go on tours. I think that's like the thing I want to do
on tours?
the most. Yeah, just go on tours and
That's
like
pretty
meet
cool.
people who love listening to me. Like I would love
Aw.
to just sit there and like in a room and like look out and just see like
I
people
could
that
see
listen
that.
to me. Like,
So hypothetically, real quick, just have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say for the next 20 years, this is the new normal with the COVID and Corona and that.
Damn.
Meaning you can't get together and have concerts, right? There are
Okay.
people who I know. There are people that are conversations, rappers that I've. Who was it? He said he lost $10 million because he had to cancel all his shows.
That sucks.
So not lost, but didn't an opportunity
didn't
cost,
make.
right?
Yeah.
Didn't make.
Yeah.
What would you do? So this is having for fun, hypothetically, in this new norm, as
I
an
would-
artist, to be able to still have that type of experience.
I mean, like Tory
Tours, right?
Tory Lanez, like whenever like all the COVID went on, he did that like radio like
Did
thing
you
when
see
he
that?
would go quarantine radio.
was
He'd go
live.
on live.
Be smart.
He'd go on live,
was
and he
live.
was like he like boosted so much from that. Like so many people like knew him.
Mm-hmm.
Like people that didn't know his music
Sure.
knew him because of that. So like that was like a really like smart thing to
Innovative.
do.
Yep.
Mhm.
One thing that I will say,
Yeah.
Live radio show.
when you're an artist, that's why he called himself an artist, not like a singer or a producer. An artist is an artist everywhere.
Exactly.
It's not just, oh, I can make a song. Cool. No, it's I can figure out new ways to do this or do that. It's like Tory Lanez is an artist. What he
It's
did
a way of being.
takes an artist to do that. A lot of people didn't do that.
Yeah. I think something I would do is I don't know if what's his name. He's like he's a really what's his name? I forgot his name, but he does seminars, and this is you could
Yeah,
compare.
you're
Like a
talking about
motivational speaker.
Kato or Ilman?
No.
Oh.
No, he's not even an artist. He's
Oh,
like
really?
he's a self-help speaker,
Gary
you know.
Vee.
And like, no, not Gary Vee.
Okay.
What's his name, man? I'll remember
Okay,
it.
sure.
Okay, anyway. So he I think in every like trial and tribulation there is an equal like gain from it. So like this whole COVID
Okay.
thing. So he did this seminar, right? And he like built this whole like green screen around him. It's a huge green
Oh,
screen.
Tony Robbins?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was sick, right?
Talk
I
about
think that was
innovation.
genius.
He broke records.
That's something I would do.
which
right.
he couldn't do
Yeah,
in
look it up.
person. He couldn't do that. many people in
Exactly, because he's everywhere at once.
Yep.
He saw that.
It was
He knew
insane.
that even though it was a bad thing, it could be the best thing.
Sure.
Because not only was he in, I don't know, like hundreds of countries or thousands of countries, but like he's reaching out to more people, you know, like it's just more
Which going back
creative,
to
and
what-
he gets to stay where he wants, you know.
Exactly what Cass said about he's an artist.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
he is. He's just a different kind, you know.
Because there's so many people who were curated.
Yeah.
And this COVID hit, and then they,
Yeah.
they like you said, they hit the floor
Yeah.
and didn't bounce
They
back.
splatted. They didn't
I
bounce.
feel like
Um,
I feel like if you want to believe in yourself enough to the point where you want to be a successful artist, and like you said, it means a couple of different things. It could mean different stuff depending. That's why you got to ask somebody what they mean by
Sure.
that, right? By being a successful artist. I feel like first you have to be okay with like making nothing. You know what I mean? Like maybe I do music for the rest of my life and I don't make anything. I have to be okay with that.
with that concept.
Yeah. See,
Because
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
care.
That's a very good
I
point.
would do music for the rest of my life. I
Very
don't
good
care if I'm homeless in a box. If I got a computer and a keyboard and a microphone, I'm gonna record music and I'm gonna be happy. Which obviously the cool thing about it is that I will never let that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Control
will
that.
never get to that point. But yeah, I mean, I do it because we love it. All of us can say that. It's because we love it. It's not because I care about 700,000 people looking at my song or hearing what I do. I do it because it makes me happy more than anything. You
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
I remember being like in my room alone, like jumping to a beat. I mean, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would get chills from my own music. And it's not even like it was at first, and then like later stages, I would like imagine like crowds around me and stuff like that. But like from the beginning, it was because I love music, you know, like, and I'm sure everyone can agree with that. Like they're doing this because it's something that it's like it touches you in a different way
Yeah.
beyond
And-
physical.
And today, it seems more real to pursue it, which is why I think you said you made that
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
So what does it look like, back to Siarah? What does it look like for you to be a paid artist?
I feel so blonde. What? I don't get it.
To be a paid artist.
First
What
off,
do you mean?
Like, how do you feel?
First
Like,
off,
How would
do-
that make me feel?
yeah, real quick, we'll come back to this. You were uncomfortable
Yeah.
and almost did not go live. Now, how do you feel?
I wish I could answer everybody. I feel great. There's
feel
a lot
great?
of questions.
So to those people, you can let them know that in the loop, if they go to Facebook, they're live on it now, and they could have heard your song, which it'll be on there after we.
Oh, they can
stop.
hear it on Facebook?
They can hear it on Facebook.
Yeah, if they're on
So the
Facebook,
song
they
that we
can
played, they
Oh.
can
we're
hear
gonna be
it.
live with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're on the end of the
So
loop.
now you got over that. Now it's not such a big deal,
Yeah, it's not.
right?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
There we go. So what does it look like for you to be a paid artist?
I mean, I would love to just be able to make music and not have to worry about like the money. Obviously, like Gabe said, it's not important. Like it's not an absolute like need, but it would be great.
Well, let me dig a little bit deep. Then, have you looked into how you're going to be a paid artist? What streams of?
Not really. We're kind of just like posting music, trying our best to
The
like promote.
so
it.
I've looked into that a lot. I think the way my plan is through streams first,
Mm-hmm.
because someone I look up to, Russ, he talks about it a lot and how it's possible.
Yep.
And even this guy named Kato, he's like a I guess a music guru. He kind of helps like artists how they can do what they want. He goes like around towns and like talks to people like, oh, this is how you can do it, and he like
Oh, okay.
the
It's like-
seminars, and
yep.
stuff. But like, I think it's gonna start first with streams. Once you create a fan base, you can use a merch.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yep.
and once you got people buying merch, they love you. So if you go somewhere that's 3 hours away from them, they're probably gonna go, and you could probably get at least 50 people, 100 people, and then that's a show, a concert. I think that's just where it comes into like you got to stumble upon someone who knows what they're doing as far as booking, and you just got to like find that person.
Yeah, initially we like didn't want to like sign like to anything, to like
Yeah,
any
we wanna
labels,
be
because it's like,
independent.
yeah, we want to like have the money, like not have to be like, oh, like let's pay management, let's pay
Mhm.
whatever.
Because you can do it
I still
yourself.
think like being signed would be sick. Like I would want to take that opportunity, but
Yeah, I had on that note real quick, I had a artist from California, well-known artist in her space, do like a one-on-one coaching session with my daughter, and that's what she told her. That's probably the best move for her to do something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't. Yeah, with that, you got to
Depends how you
consider
look at
having
it.
a full team around you. So, like, you have this
Mhm.
team, right? But those people, the reason that they're important is because of who they know, really, more than anything.
the connections.
It's because
And I
they might get you
understand
plugged
that.
in a lot faster. Like, yeah, you might sacrifice a couple of things, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get plugged in a lot faster, and more opportunity. Just the people you're gonna meet too.
Yeah.
It's not just stuck there. Like, oh, I work with these people, and then that's it. Like a lot of
Yeah.
places, like that's what they were talking about here. They signed Aquila. Aquila's the signed artist here. So, if a huge label was to hit him up and be like, "Hey, I want to sign you," he could actually say like, "Okay, but I want this whole like everybody here to
Negotiate
be a
that.
branch of your like Universal Records or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, this
and-
would be a branch of that now instead
and-
of just me."
And I think that's cool. I appreciate people that do that. That help people take them to the next level. But I think you can still do it on your own. Like you don't.
Yeah.
There's always another way. There's not one way to do something.
Yeah, she said it would be
you know?
good for experience. Like if you want to know the ins and outs of the music
Exactly.
industry,
And then
go over there, be signed for a couple of years. Give
Yeah.
them a couple albums, and then come out, learn from them, and then
could do
apply it to
that.
yourself, and then
Yeah.
do your own thing, blow up.
And there are people that I think everything is about connections now, like who, and not because like, oh, I know this person. No, it's about what that person does for you. Like you could meet somebody huge that just repost your song on their page. You know what I mean? Like maybe they
Yeah,
have
quick
maybe
hack.
Justin Bieber reposted, just like put you on their story real
So,
quick.
are you guys doing any hacks for your music to get exposure? Are you
What do you mean hacks?
do you have any, or do you have a mindset of I'm gonna get exposure, I need to get exposure, or are you just like you're not in a rush?
I don't think you find your fans. I think your fans find you. That's my opinion.
Another one.
I think
Take-
we kind of just post it on like all platforms and like promote it ourselves on our social medias, and
you just
then
share it as much as you can.
Yeah.
But
we have a whole team too. You gotta understand, like we have a group text of
Well, I
like
saw
14 people.
in the description
Yeah.
of YouTube, it said some entertainment. What is that?
Oh, so that's something that was. It's because I was going to start a studio.
Okay.
Because I have a studio. I built a studio in my
Yeah.
backyard with my dad and my
Is
mom.
that like a label? Then?
It was gonna be like for our music, for the group's music and stuff. And I wanted to post like pictures of us in that studio and like
What happened? It's not gonna happen
this
anymore.
place, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean,
But you're not gonna create that.
I think it would be good
Entity?
to. I want to.
Yeah.
I probably will.
At some point.
Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I was gonna start an LLC actually.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna. Well, I'm still going to because of our music.
That's
For
what,
us
that's
to
what I was
receive
asking.
money,
Mhm.
you have to pay taxes. Obviously,
Mhm.
you got to pay your.
Well, I
part
saw
or
you guys
whatever.
are on DistroKid. So
Yeah.
they do the distribution, right?
Yeah.
And you get paid royalties, right?
Yeah.
They handle all that for you. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. Distribution back then, right? 15, 20 years ago with CDs
Way
and other
different.
stuff.
Way
And
different.
now it's like a platform. You sign
Yeah.
up for a platform, boom. How is it worth the money? And what did it do for you knowing that all you had to do was hit upload and then somebody else would take care of the distribution?
It's a blessing. It's a
Yeah.
blessing, and I think that DistroKid, whoever did that, deserves to be a millionaire because I'm sure they are.
How much is DistroKid?
I think
Is it a
it's
one-time fee, monthly fee?
It's a
Depending-
yearly fee.
Yearly
Yeah.
fee? Okay.
For 2 artists, it's like $35
Oh,
a year.
God. Okay, if you're
And you
listening
can-
to this and
and
you're
you
not
can
on
make-
DistroKid,
You can make
Or something.
millions if you get enough streams.
There are other streaming
Yeah, there's CD
distribution
Baby.
services, but I think
CD
I've always
Baby.
heard
DistroKid
from
is the
everybody that
easiest.
DistroKid is the best.
It's the best and it's the easiest.
Yeah.
And they solve problems pretty quick.
Yeah,
They do?
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're
DistroKid
very-
is dope.
They're good.
I like DistroKid.
are you able to, quick question, on DistroKid, if you had a remix, Are you able to upload it there, or do you have to own your?
There's things. There's a questionnaire at the end of every post. Like before you post something, it'll ask you, "Is this your song? Is this a cover? Is this
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
is this
Oh,
acoustic?"
just asks
So
you.
we can.
Yeah, and it does everything for you. It organizes
Wow,
it.
man.
You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it puts it under your, because like a problem a lot of people run into on some of those other websites is it'll just throw it under somebody else named Cass or somebody else
Yeah.
named
It'll
Leo.
ask you like, "Is this you?" And you like click on it.
Yeah,
it'll
and
give
you
an
spec-
opportunity
you
to put your name
specify
in.
that
all
it's you.
stuff.
So, what do you guys hope for yourself over the next year as an artist, individually, and then just collectively? With
I hope we all blow up.
Because here's the thing.
and act like we don't know no more.
If you don't, here's a little bit about me. I've
That's good.
I've worked around, I guess you can say, youth. So I used to work at a place that kids would, teenagers and stuff would hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the programs director, things like that. So I've met probably over 5,000 students, and I've met many who have some type of musical talent. And what I hope to do with, again, in the loop is what me and Cass talked about last time was placing somebody in an environment like this
Yeah.
could be the difference maker for them.
And I
They
was
could-
actually gonna thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Somebody
this
could
is
walk in.
amazing. I actually really appreciate your dream, and like I respect it. Like whenever
Oh,
I
man.
saw whenever you posted me, that like inspired me to make more music. So I was like, dang, dude, someone made a page and like I'm on it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like a bunch
yeah.
of cool artists around here.
For
Like
sure.
my friends around here. Like
No, I get
Yeah.
it.
I respect it.
Especially to see like all of us on there, like Emilio and Gabe. I was like, "What is
It
this?"
just made
like,
me
that's
feel.
sick.
It made me feel noticed, and it made me feel like I'm on the
Especially
right
because
path.
you have on
you
there
know?
like before the cloud or something.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. So
I was like, ooh.
yeah, that's what this is. This is
Ooh.
me. Cass was like, "You didn't ask for my autograph last time," because I was telling that story.
You know.
Hey, I heard
Dad
you though,
jokes.
and I was like, "I'm asking for an autograph." I brought me a pen and everything.
Really?
Sorry, Cass.
It's a bunny. You're
is-
gonna like it.
Oh yeah.
See ya later.
Sweet. Is
Taking off.
giving the opportunity to someone to come in and be that, because I absolutely believe. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
if this person, if you three were born in New York, right, or in the West Coast in the Bay Area where everybody gets discovered or whatever,
Mhm.
gets connected and networked, you'd be it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'd be signed right now, whether it's a Universal or somebody underneath them. It'd
Yeah.
be game over, right?
Yeah.
So the people that I do bring on, they are going to be that level. So if you don't come on and you keep hitting me up and you want to come on and I haven't brought you on,
You're not on.
you're not on.
Yeah.
This is your hint. But
One thing that I will say, I was talking, so I had a studio session today with a singer. She came in and we made a beat. Lonnie. But
Yes.
I made a beat from scratch,
she's cold.
and we made a song together. But she told me, and I was gonna. This is what recently I started believing this 100%. If you want to be an artist and you want to be a singer, or you want to be a rapper, or you want to be this or that or whatever, you need to learn to produce yourself. Do it all on your own.
Have to.
Don't
Have to.
never rely on somebody for that. Never. You can. It's cool to go and be in studios, and I think collaboration is 100% the most important thing. But there's no reason that you shouldn't be at home recording yourself right now.
Well, I've
You know
watched
what I
so
mean?
many artists that are independent that if they didn't have an in-home studio, and a lot of them talked about, I had to learn how to video edit because of COVID. I couldn't have my producer come in, or I can't go out and be on set and things like that.
Yeah.
So
You
they've
gotta-
had to do relearn and unlearn, and it's like those are the ones that are gonna make it.
And the
innovation.
reason they are is because they're not waiting. Because imagine if, okay, let's say I have a videographer, and this is usually how it goes. You got a videographer, they film you, and then I'll get this video back to you in like 2 weeks, and it's like
exactly.
it's only gonna take 2 weeks because you don't love it like I do. If I was editing the video, I'm getting it done tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
You know what I'm
tomorrow.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's the mindset of an artist, and that's why when you learn, that's why I love that I can do everything I can do, because I don't gotta call someone, or you know what I'm saying?
Wait
And
a
it
minute.
feels amazing. It feels less freedom, in my opinion.
For sure. We got about probably, guys, can you tell us how much time we got? I think we have 5 minutes or something.
No, we don't. We
I
got
don't.
an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. If he's still out there. He might be.
How much is it for an hour?
Talking about
I
my
might pitch in
pocketbooks.
for the next hour.
Well, if we could.
I think
you have other reasons that you're only doing an hour.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, for the live, and then just for
'Cause I mean,
editing.
Like you have things to do after.
No,
Because I
No.
mean, there's
If-
no
if-
way that we could do another hour.
we can
Yeah,
keep
like
going.
if we pitched in,
I'm
like
with
if
it.
we like, I'm with pitching in.
Yeah, let's keep going. Or you guys
Yeah,
want
I
to keep
feel like-
going?
I feel
How
like
are the
we might
fans?
as
What are
well.
what are your
Let's
live?
do it.
Oh, my phone died.
I'm
His
literally
phone
I've,
died.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There's USB right here.
I've been on
There is?
five
I'm still in
people.
it.
Look.
Five
Got
people
it.
have been watching us. I've been having
I got it,
people
Mark.
come in and
Let's
out, but
see.
I've been sitting at 5 for a
I
little
had
bit.
like literally not even kidding, like 5 questions, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Dang,
That's sad.
all these suicidal phones around here, man.
Yeah, they just killing themselves, man.
Rip. Rest in peace.
No, but
man.
honestly, being like in this room, especially like with y'all, it's just like super motivational. Cause there's times where I would like break down and cry because I'm like, I'm not growing, like I'm not going anywhere, and he'd be like, dude, yes you are.
Yeah.
And like being in here just made me feel like,
Yeah. Well,
I don't know,
I
it's
think that
crazy.
mindset is what, and I mean, I think everybody experiences that.
Yeah, definitely. I've experienced that for sure.
Everybody experiences that and goes through that, and it's a matter of like growing and just
Mhm.
pushing through it. But I think that mindset, you notice that people who tell you that you can't do it, who are they? People who didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always, every single 100% of the time. There's
So-
never somebody who will tell you can do music, you can do your dream.
Oh
And
yeah,
c-
for sure.
Because
Believe that.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, if it's somebody who didn't do what they want to do for the rest of their life, you think they're going to tell somebody else that they can do it?
Yeah, something I've realized is like people are usually a reflection of themselves. They'll tell you what. this-
Yeah,
You
projection.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is. They project themselves on you, and they're like, because that's what you do. That's what I do. That's what Gabe does. That's whenever you say something about someone, if you look deep in yourself, it's true
Oh,
of
yeah.
yourself.
Truly.
Mm.
So do you guys listen to any podcasts?
I listen to the speaker's name is Bob Proctor, and I listen to a lot of Tony Robbins.
Bob Proctor, let's go. Oh, you
Ah, you-
on it, bro.
Oh yeah,
You is woke.
I
I
have
don't.
respect for you.
I can't.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, let's go. Who's,
I swear.
yeah, who you listen to
I
Joe
listen
Rogan?
to
Sarah,
Joe
you don't listen to
Rogan.
anything?
I listen
No,
to
I
Sway.
will literally like,
You-
I will be like, okay, I'm bored, sorry.
Do you read any books? Does anybody read
I
any
do.
books?
I
read
read
some books.
Yeah.
Go on, go
Name a
away.
book. Name a book.
The Alchemist.
This guy.
I don't even know the
Love
name
it.
of this book that I'm reading, but it's like something like angels and
Think and Grow Rich is a gem if you haven't read it.
Think and Grow Rich.
It's a gem,
What'd you say,
bro.
Sarah?
The leadership book you have,
Mm.
that book is good.
Oh yeah.
The
I
Daily
have a
Reader?
daily reader that
What?
I
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a daily reader he has.
Yeah.
We both got it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's really good.
It is. Emilio actually put me on to both
Napoleon
of those
Hill,
books.
the Think and Grow Rich. He's got another book that was shelved for like 85 years because
What
he was
book?
afraid of assassination. It's called Outwitting the Devil,
Oh, that book is good,
bro.
dude.
Ooh, I'm gonna have
That
to
book,
look into
and
that.
it's almost
It's
it's like
insane.
religious almost, but it's like it describes why you do what you do, like internally, bro. It's such
Sure.
a good book.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Most people can't get past the first 30 minutes. 'Cause
It's
it
actually
challenges
insane.
you. Yeah, challenges
It like
your internal
tells you,
beliefs
yeah,
about
man, it's crazy.
Really?
religion and
Wow, that's
education.
And it
Crazy.
explains a lot though. Like it explains like
So there's a theme.
you just gotta soak it in,
Yeah.
man.
That's crazy.
There's a theme. So your song about not pursuing the 9 to 5, did that mean you're not going to college? Because Cass said he's not going to go to college.
I was
The last conversation, because this he knows is what he's going to pursue. Is that what you're?
I was in college, and I was like for sure that I was gonna be a dental hygienist, and I was like looking at colleges, different colleges to go to. But I'm like super like horrible with school. Like I'm a good learner. Like it's not that I'm like
Not that
oh
you
I'm just
can't
like
do it.
yeah I just don't want to like
Like what?
it just wasn't my thing. But I was like yeah, let's just do the dental hygienist
So-
thing.
I used to always tell him like, dude, you don't want to be a dental hygienist.
What are you doing?
And I know, it wasn't even that.
You
I was
just
just,
know.
I just knew because I
Yeah,
knew she loved music. I was like,
yeah, man.
you love music.
So how long
I
did you
told
go
her
to
from
school?
day one.
I went to school for probably like a year, and then I just like
Oh,
stopped
wow.
going. Like I would always miss first period, like always, and I'd just be like, dude, honestly, like I
Okay.
feel horrible, but I don't care because I just don't want to do this. But I ended up stopping because he was like that you don't want to be a dental hygienist, and like in my head I was like, yeah. And he was like, what do you want to do? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? And I was like imagining myself like on a stage like singing, and I was like, dude, I've got to like go for it.
So is this where your attention is focused on?
Yeah.
Creating music? Is there
Sorry
another
if
question?
I say like a lot. My brother just told me to stop saying like. Okay.
Let's
Don't
go for the
listen to
brother,
JoJo.
My brother.
the shit talker.
You're that hurt me.
Sorry.
What? What was the? Did you ask a question?
That was
What it?
hilarious.
Did you ask a question?
Nah, you did ask a question.
Oh, okay.
He's just talking about your brother.
That was funny. No,
He's
is
talking
your
about your
gain
brother
high or
talking
what?
trash.
You can hear pretty loud in your headphones.
It is
So,
pretty
My ears
loud.
are super
What's
sensitive.
what's another question somebody's asking you? Your fans are asking.
Fern.
Let's go into
Fern,
that.
gosh.
Shout out to Fern.
Aw.
We miss you, bro.
We love
It
you,
says,
Fern.
how did you meet Emilio? Through Eli.
Aw,
Eli
through
was
Eli.
like, he was like, hey, I have randomly. This is actually insane. I talked to him about this before. I was like getting ready, and I like did my makeup. Had nothing to do that day. Like just did it for fun, which I usually never would do. And I was like, I don't want to take my makeup off. Like I don't want to get undressed. I just laid in bed, and it was like already like 9:30.
It was late.
And I had a curfew of 12 o'clock. Like, my dad was like, 12 o'clock, be home. So, no, I think it was like 11. It was like something like that. Anyway, so he like calls me and he's like, hey, we have a song with my friend Emilio. Like, do you want to be on it? And I'm usually like, no, like, I like to stay home. I like to like not go out and do anything. And so I was like, no, but I was like, no, dude, I need to do this. Like, I need to go because I want to do music. Like, I want to sing. So I ended up leaving and I went to the studio, and that's when I like met Emilio. And we just started hanging out like separately
after
since
that.
then, yeah.
Yeah, so me and Eli were just hanging out, and I guess he had hung out with Siarah before, and I was going through something, and I was like kind of sad, and I was writing a song, and I was like, Eli was like, dude, you should get a girl to sing this, and I was like, oh, I would do that, bro. I just don't know anybody. He's like, I know somebody. Like, if you know Eli, he's like, I know someone.
Yeah.
He'll get on his phone. He got on his phone
Sounds
immediately.
like a connector. Yeah.
He got on his phone
Big
immediately
time.
and was like,
I just
I don't know if
peeked.
I forgot if he
and my
texted her or
live
called
went
her,
off.
but he like told her to come, and she was like, he was like, oh, she's coming, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go inside, and I went and I took a shower and I came back, and then she got there, and then she helped me with the song.
like an angel.
She was nervous at first.
Yeah, I was really
She was
nervous.
so nervous at first,
I would
Halo
not
theme song.
sing, dude. I wouldn't.
and like I kind of just was like,
Where's that song?
I don't even know.
I never went out. I ended up I took her off of it because it was a really personal song.
Okay.
But everything we came up with, I used it.
Yeah.
And then so I just like used it, and then I made a song, and I just never posted it.
So did you guys like have an official conversation about dating?
Oh my god,
Or did it
yeah.
just happen?
Because we didn't want to.
Okay.
I know for sure that I was
They were
like, I'm
hanging out
not
too
saying
much?
anything. Like, I knew I was like this is showing, but at the same time I didn't want to, because like Gabe and Trey and Eli, like I just
It's
didn't want
because we
to
were
make
a
things
group.
weird.
Yeah, we were
We
like
were
a
a
group.
group.
We were
of
like a
friends,
group of
yeah.
friends, and
Siarah
I was
was
like
one
one
of
of
the
the
friends.
boys. Like,
Yeah,
One
like
of the homies.
yeah,
and so
we didn't say anything.
yeah, so we were like we were close friends at first. We would tell each other everything. Like it was a point to where we were dating different people, and we would like tell each other about our relationship,
Yeah.
and like we were just really close and like always there for each other.
Oh, hold on, we were not dating. Just FYI, I wasn't dating anybody. You were.
Neither was I. Whatever. We were talking to people. Anyway,
Clearing it
we
up.
were talking to people,
Yeah.
and then we were just talk to each other about like the issues and stuff, and like we were kind of just like each other's shoulder and stuff, and then like we were both like, dude, I was like, you need to ditch that guy, and she was like, you need to ditch that girl, and we just did, and then it's like we just ended up like being really close, even closer friends after that, and like since there was no one else in the picture, it's funny because like I wanted to tell her for the longest time, and I just wouldn't because like of the group thing.
Oh yeah.
And like she kind of ended up, she like snuck in like an obvious thing.
I just
She
said
was,
something like, did you feel that energy? Because we were like,
not just that. No, she said something else. She said I remember she said everybody knows already.
oh yeah.
She
said that,
Everybody
and
knows.
I was like,
Dang.
she was like speaking to me telepathy.
She's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
bro.
it like was like over.
Telepathically.
Yeah, whatever.
Telepathically.
Telepathically. She was like speaking to me, and I was like, I was like, you're right. I said that. That's all I said, and she knew what like. She understood,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, because she sent the message or whatever. And from there, it was just kind of like, all right,
Here we are.
yeah. We just came to an agreement where it just
Yeah.
called it a thing, and then we like hit it from Gabe. We hung out with Gabe like twice without telling him.
Bro, I was.
I remember
I was
Gabe.
a little
Tell
bit salty, I'm not
nobody.
gonna
Oh,
lie.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
God.
know
It
who-
was like,
You
what?
must be serious.
Do you know
a serious
who
group.
a guy named Plattis is?
I don't.
You need to look into Plattis.
Ooh,
Okay.
you
So
do.
real quick, let's go off a tangent.
Okay.
Who is a local artist, not in the group, that
Mm.
you respect and you're a fan of, like a legit fan of,
Ah.
and do you
Local?
know of that many?
That's hard.
So
I
part
would
of
say-
It's really hard.
So like
Um,
people that you saw on the page, Instagram page, do you know of any of those?
Not really.
I
They're
would-
all
yeah.
Midland.
I used to work with some of them, but like in my opinion, the people I respect are in my group.
Yeah,
Those are the people I like
literally have
truly believe
adopted
in.
everybody.
Well,
bro.
I know the Shredder. His name's
Oh,
Nick, but he goes by the
Nick.
Shredder. He's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like family to me, but
Nick,
he's always
that's
done
actually
music.
someone that
Yeah.
The Shredder.
Hold on.
I actually do.
I
respect.
This
respect
could
him.
mean
I
a
like his
lot right now.
music.
You just put me on the spot.
We actually have
If
we have a song together, me and
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I forgot about
Like,
him.
do you guys know Lonnie, who he was talking about?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
believe
work-
in
we
her.
I
work
haven't
with her a
spoke
lot
to
of
her
times.
She's got a
before.
lot of potential for sure.
Yeah.
I believe in her.
I believe
like
in her.
I've even brought up like the doing. She wants me to feature. I'm gonna feature
yeah.
with her, and then I told her like we're gonna do some free sessions and stuff. Like I'm not gonna charge her every time we work on music.
Run
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah,
are you still thinking?
I'm trying to think of who else because I don't want to. I don't want to leave anything unsaid with that question.
Yeah. You
'Cause
want
that's
to?
a
You don't want to
hard
say
question.
somebody?
Because I know if that was me.
Well,
on
that's
this
part of it. That's
and-
why I'm putting you on live. You gotta
Mm,
say something. What you talking about?
Yeah.
That's all I know.
We gotta like start a pot a little bit.
Nick is really good though.
Yeah, Nick is really good.
He knows music really well.
Anybody else that you?
Platt said you were always at that church by MHS giving away pizza.
Oh yeah.
Platt's on there?
yeah,
on there?
yeah.
Hey,
Across
what's
the
up,
street,
Platt?
really
Hey, tell
high.
Platt
Oh,
what's
yeah,
up.
I got you.
Let's go. What's his name?
What
Platt.
up, Platt?
Platt is, yeah.
Platt is-
That's my man, bro.
That is me. What's up,
He's
man?
you know what Internet Money Records is?
Internet Money Records.
Taz Taylor. So
Do
he's a
you
part of Internet Money
know-
Records.
Do you know? Okay, there's a song
It's
on
a
Drake's
label?
album called Blue. What is it called? Blue.
Blue Pill?
No, no, no.
Whose
Just
album?
got-
Drake's album,
Oh.
the newest album.
Oh, yeah, I was
Blue
thinking-
something.
Yeah, Blue Tint.
Blue Tint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a part of a group that a producer from that group made that, and then like I don't know if you know that Lil
Okay.
Tecca song. I got black, I got white. What you want? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Dang.
It's called
Oh, yeah,
Ransom.
he commented pizza. That's funny. Somebody else commented just a pizza slice. Truly. Dang, dude, I'm actually
Nah,
good.
but Platt, I have so much respect for Platt.
He did that
Yeah.
song?
Oh yeah. Platt.
No.
Honestly, Platt is
So,
responsible
they're
for a
from
lot
Midland?
of like what
Our
From Midland?
success.
He's from Odessa.
From Odessa?
Plattis is?
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like I would say we've already been very successful in music in my eyes, in my
I
opinion.
like that, man.
But
That's the thing. Okay, 5 minutes. We'll wrap it up. That's the thing I was gonna mention too. Is there an arrival point for you guys? And we'll end it on that. Think on it. Is there, when I get here, or like what you just said, have you become aware of how exciting and important just actually doing it? Like for me, if I die tonight, I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did it, and I
know?
feel the same way. Yeah.
Especially like going live and wanted to do that and a couple other things. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit.
You're
I
doing
gotta-
your dream.
Exactly. Like I've done music. I got videos out there and stuff like that. It was just like 10
That's
years
crazy.
ago. Music videos and
That's dope.
blah blah blah, and features from other people and all kinds of stuff. That's why I know that it takes hard work because I suck. Like I'm a spoken word poetry guy, but music, I don't understand it. My daughter, she can listen to a beat and know when to come in and when to come out. Where the second bar is, where the fourth bar. That blows my mind. But I went around and I outworked a whole bunch of people who had a whole bunch of talent, and all my beats I bought from somebody locally. All the videos I paid for, a whole bunch of things like that. So I know that I need to come up closer. I was way too far. That it requires work.
yeah. Well, I think it's very important to be if you want to be an artist and you want to be successful in your own eyes. It doesn't matter what other people think success is. It matters what you think success is. And in my opinion, one of the most important things that I've learned this whole process, teaching myself everything and all that, and even just the mentors that I've had, it's very important to acknowledge the tiny steps that you take. So not just thinking, oh, now I have 5,000 followers, cool. Like, it's whenever you hit 2 more followers
For sure.
or 1 more follower, or maybe you stay up all night and make a beat that you like and it just didn't end up becoming a full song, or you produce somebody and it was a cool session and they were happy even though it wasn't your favorite song. It's every single little detail. If you don't acknowledge them, you are going to get discouraged. You have to acknowledge
It's the
every
micro
single
and the
little step.
macro. Yeah.
Exactly. Every
Very
little
good
detail.
choice of words. Sarah, what about you?
What?
What happened?
You lost?
No, I was like paying attention to that. What?
Is there an arrival point for you, or is the journey enough? Is this enough? waking up tomorrow, literally waking up tomorrow on a Sunday, enough, and you did what you did like tonight. This is enough.
I mean, I'm definitely happy that I'm like even in this position, and I would be fine like being where I'm at like years from now. Like I wouldn't care, but I don't really know like a rival point.
Like working
just-
towards something. You
like-
talked about being goal oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I set different goals for myself. Like right now, I have like 3.9K streams, whatever, and I'm like, I just keep like setting these goals for myself. I'm like once I get to 4K, I'm gonna do like an EP. Like I want to put something out.
yeah.
Like because people keep asking like for an actual like EP because I'm just putting
heck
singles. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then like next goal like 5K, I want to do like a full album. Like I don't know, it's just like I'm fine where I'm
Yeah, I
at, but
think-
there's
I think
obviously
the
like
journey is
somewhere
sick.
I want to go with it.
Yeah.
And if there's any local artists, which I hope there is, listening,
Sure.
what
there
is
are.
one last words of encouragement you guys would tell them? We'll wrap it up. I'll do my outro.
Encouragement or advice? Encouragement or advice?
Encouragement. Yeah, I'm glad you said advice. What's a resource that maybe they don't know about? Maybe there's an app that they can use. Like you said, if you don't know how to do it on your own, and right now, if you don't have a laptop, you better have a really good phone, and you can create a bunch. This is an iPhone 11 Pro. This is a $1,200 phone. I better be able to edit videos and a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
This
It's
is an
definitely worth
investment.
it, yeah.
This is not
Yeah.
I would say like definitely surround yourself with people that believe in you, because like if you're surrounded by people that are like negative, they're obviously going to be negative as well. So like make sure that the people that are around you believe in you just as much as you believe in yourself, because that's gonna bring you down some.
Yeah.
My advice is to everyone is to use affirmations. It's something I believe in
wow.
strongly. Cause you're so like your mind is always working, whether you know it or not. Like it's always there's always thoughts, and if they're not bad ones, and if you're not like affirming to yourself like this is gonna happen. Like I hear Gabe hear it all the time. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna be like
Oh,
he says
yeah.
it all the time to himself. He doesn't know he
Talked about
affirms.
manifesting.
He
last time.
doesn't know he affirms. Sometimes I feel like he does it subconsciously. You know what I'm
We
saying?
could go like 45 minutes on that.
I know we could.
Mm.
And like, but I think
Listen to Rob Proctor.
I
Rob
think
Proctor.
I think
Sure.
affirmations are so important. Like having something on a piece of paper that you read every day, multiple times, like it reminds you of like where you want to be. And not just that, you have to like close your eyes and really like envision everything. Like when I read my affirmation, I'll sit there. Like this morning, you can ask Siarah, I was being dumb about it, but like I was holding a stack of money, even though a lot of it was
Oh my
ones,
God.
and I was like, all of these are hundreds.
Let's go, baby.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta envision stuff like that. You gotta like,
Oh man, all the greats talk about it.
because
There's-
whenever you feel it, you're already there.
Yeah.
When you feel like that, right now,
I know you're
you're
listening to
there.
Bob
You know what I'm
Proctor.
saying?
Yeah,
you're
for
there.
sure.
Yeah,
man.
big time.
If you want a shortcut, there's a book called, and if you're a reader or Audible, called "The Power of Your Subconscious Mind"
Read that book.
by Joseph Murphy.
Read that book.
It's
Read that book.
very powerful, and he gives you exactly how to do that.
Read that book. I need a notepad.
Cass, Siarah, Leo, thank you so much for joining In the Loop's second episode. If you have an artist to recommend who would be great on this, the most we can
Eli.
have is 3.
Thank
As you
for
can
having
tell,
us.
if it's more than 2 people, the conversation can go more than 2 to 3 hours, and maybe next time we will. I want to keep it within an hour just so we can get some feedback and see what the people want. If people want a part 2 of this, let us know on the live in the comments. Let us know if you want a part 2.
Oh,
So,
that's sick.
thank you JS Studios for the opportunity to record this video and audio. This is In the Loop production, and until next time, do something with your life.
Thank
Work
you.
hard. Be great.
Said work hard.
Be everything that you can possibly be, because you can do it.
Dude, that
Wow,
was
what'd
so
that do to my hair?
good.
And now.
That was fun, man.
Guys, thanks for doing that.
Oh,
That was fun.
So you listen to Bob Proctor, man?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Is that good? Dude, you have that book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind?
Someone said I definitely want a part 2
I listened to the whole
already.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an insane book. I actually listened to it like not too long ago. It wasn't even a book. It was the summary.
Did you read the CIA document that just got